There are other ways to describe this. I like the word juggernaut. I've seen this in a number of essays on modernity.
I want to say we had talked about this concept many times, but this a few months ago was actually the first time I had heard it used, that word used to describe a system.
So one of those aspects of modernity from that really dense slide I skipped right past is the idea that society became systematized. We started having bureaucracies and systems that replaced individuals and their individual expertise. Those bureaucracies were themselves reflexive and thus became more efficient at doing whatever it is they were doing. Case in point, the Prussian military got really good at being the Prussian military. That was not necessarily a good thing for society. Yeah. It just happened.
A juggernaut can be a lot of different things. Basically, if you can think a lot of concepts like economic theories, like we were joking about communism, we were joking about capitalism, thinking about nation states, the idea that a structure or a concept of a thing can be a different entity than its individual parts. Kind of like the particle system and the particle, to use a game design term.
And large systems like MagFest is a juggernaut. MagFest is an organization that is more complex than the individual people who run it in some ways, so that it may make decisions itself around how it's structured that weren't necessarily made by a specific person in the organizational structure of MagFest. Many of you might work at a company that does weird stuff that doesn't make sense. We all see governments do things that might not necessarily make sense, that you wouldn't expect someone to have asked those governments to do. The idea of the juggernaut is that humans have made these structures, and these structures are more powerful than us. They have unlocked the bounty of modernity. That is what allowed industrialization to happen. But we can't actually control them.
Except maybe Squirrel Girl. Sorry, that was a deep cut.